How's everybody doing today? It is Friday morning before a big Saturday, so I just wanted to go through quickly. Um, First of all, Dubai. Um, you've got my initial picks. I really haven't updated anything. Golden Barrows, I think, has a huge chance in that fourth race. Green Mask, if he stays, a bigger price, I think you should take. The rebates through Bet PTC are so big, they're going to force me to play a little bit. I think one of the American horses will win that dirt sprint. I like Saludos Amigos a little bit, but Secret Circle's obviously got a big chance too. That next race, I think the Freddie Head horse Solo looks the best to me, but I would spread out a little bit in there. And then in the big turf race, I think Flintshire's the winner. I'm going to single Flintshire in a couple tickets and the pick threes. Then I'm going to spread out to some of them other ones. Main Sequence, I'll put on a couple tickets, but I'm just not wild about him without the Lasix and the other drugs. I just I don't know if he can beat these monsters. So I'm going to go ahead and spread a little bit in there. I may take him a little, but I'm going to spread around in there. And I think California Chrome's a cinch in the big race. Leah's got a chance, but I just don't see Leah winning off that gigantic layoff with just one start. I guess he could win, but I think California Chrome's the winner in that race. So I'm going to spread out into California Chrome and try to catch a price here or there. Make a bigger one with Solo, Flintshire, and the California Chrome. I'm not going to go wild on the Dubai card, but with the rebates being what they are, I got to at least try to make a few plays there. Fairgrounds. Once you look at the bigger races there at the fairgrounds, I think I'm a Chatterbox is gonna probably be the Oaks favorite when it's all said and done. She's just been so impressive ever since Larry Jones took over. Breaking way back in that last start and still running by them all. It doesn't look like she's got any distance limitations. But if she's going to get beat, I think it's going to be from the rail horse, Forever Unbridled, who we actually picked to beat her last time. Had no excuse, had the perfect trip. So I just don't see her getting beat. I think she's going to be a pretty easy single, actually. I think she'll win fairly easy. The next race, Marino's going to be a big favorite, but I'm not a big Marino guy. There's a reason he's 3 for 24. Yeah, they run him over his head a lot, but I think that's a race where you can spread out, take a bunch of prices, and hope he stops and catch a price somewhere. And then in the Louisiana Derby, I'm not wild about this race. I don't think there's any real true Derby contenders for the win end in this race. Mr. Z with the blinkers off. Let's see how he reacts, but he's got to be on your ticket. War Story's got to be on your ticket. Everybody's wise guy horse here is Keen Ice, so I don't get too wild about wise guy horses because everybody else has got them. St. Joe's Bay is going to try to go all the way, and of course International Star is going to be the favorite. So if you take 4 or 5 of them in there, you'll probably be safe in the pick threes. The key to the whole thing is beating Marino, and then I'm a Chatterbox is the chalk, so you're not going to get a lot there. But the pick three could pay pretty decent, if you can catch a price in that middle leg there. As far as Gulfstream goes on Saturday, we're still working on information, but the information so far on Tito Mesa is that this horse can run, and that they've been beating all the other Pletchers in the morning, so we're going to go ahead and single Tito Mesa in a bunch of bets. Curalino looks like the winner, but I'm hearing that the 10 and 11 can both run. The 11 looks like he can run, so I think you got to put him in there. And then Commandera is going to be about 5 to 1. I think that's a nice horse there to take a shot with if you can keep that price. And the pick three in the War Correspondent, I think War Correspondent's the best looking horse there, but I can see single in the 5, spread and then spreading in the 4th, and then singling into the 6th. And then doing the same thing from the 6th race to the 8th race. I think Valid's got a big chance. I think Valid will probably win that race. And then in the 12th race, Bird on the Wire or the other Pletcher filly is probably going to win this race. So I'm going to probably use those two in the Upstart in that pick 3. I like Leonard a lot in the 13th race at that price. Now, if they bet him down, I'm not wild about him. But this is the kind of day that you really got to single and spread and then be patient. If you bet every race and you try to bet all these different bets, there's just too many races, too many different tracks. You can really get buried, with a $100, $200, $300 pot on a Saturday. You can really get buried if you're not real selective. So make sure you pick who you want to single. Be patient. To me, there's 4 or 5 singles on the card there at Gulfstream that you can, hope that 2 or 3 of them win. Spread out in the other races and have a big shot to have a pretty decent day and not risk a ton of money. Remember, Keeneland's right around the corner. You don't want to blow money right before Keeneland, so if you start having a bad day, just stop and wait for Friday. That's what I'm going to do on a lot of stuff here this week. We've had a good week so far, so there's no reason to not play into Keeneland, but we're trying to get ready for Keeneland at the same time as we're finishing up here at Gulfstream. We've had a very successful Gulfstream meet, so we just want to finish it strong, and let's get on to Keeneland here next week.